Hello, this week we have two readings in the Torah. We read Parashat Vayakhel and we read Parashat Shkalim. Mori Rabbi Arav Amital points out that there's a big difference between the two parashot. Both of them talk about donating to the Mishkan, about giving something from Am Yisrael to the Mishkan. Parashat Kitisa is talking about the obligation. There's a mitzvah. You must do this. You must give machatzit shekel to the Mishkan. You're obligated to do so. Parashat Vayakhel is talking about the voluntary act of people coming and giving what they want. Parashat Vayakhel is talking about what we want to do. Parashat Kitisa is talking about what we must to do. And there he explains in Kol Yehuda how really Avodat Hashem is always built on these two aspects, Yir'ah and Ahava. What you're obligated and you must do, and what you where Ahava comes in, where one's will comes in. The will and the must, the want and what you're obligated. But I think we can read another aspect in our parasha. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he tells Am Yisrael that the Mikdash, that the time is come for them to bring donations to the Mishkan, he tells them like this: "Zeh hadavar asher tziva Hashem lemor, kichu meitchem teruma laHashem, kol nediv libo yevi'ea et terumat Hashem zahav v'chesef v'nechoshet." He tells them that this is what Hashem tziva. The word tziva means that Hashem ordered. It seems like an obligation. You must fulfill this. On the other hand, we're talking about an act that is supposed to be done voluntarily. So, is Vayakhel talking about donations that come from one's free will because one feels like he wants to give to the Mishkan? Or is it like Kitisa, where you're obligated to? And I would want to add another option. We were talking about if you must do something or if you want to do something. And there's another aspect, which is, should you do something? What is the correct thing? You could ask this in many different ways. You could talk morally, ethically, what is the correct way? You could ask, what does Hashem want? What is Ritzon Hashem? It's not only what are the mitzvot that Hashem gave us, but what is the correct way in which one should behave? I feel like in many situations in our society, things are judged only by the question whether it was allowed or not. Did someone do something wrong because was it illegal or was it not illegal? That's the only way we treat people, and we look at it. Even morality is judged by that. Someone does something which could really seem wrong, but then you say, no, it was legal, so then it becomes okay. And I think our parasha tells us, no, there's more to that. It's not only what you're allowed to do and what you must do, it's what you should do. What is the correct thing to do? Sometimes you're allowed to do something that isn't the exactly correct thing. If someone has lots of gold in his house, he doesn't have to bring the zahav to the Mishkan. He doesn't have to donate it to the Mishkan. But it's the correct thing. It's what he's expected to do. Because we're expected to live our lives asking ourselves, what is the correct thing? What is Ritzon Hashem? Not only what do I have to do, but how do I live my life in a way that I go by the light of Hashem, where I do my things in the correct manner, in a way that will lead the world turn into a better place. Libniyat HaMishkan, to build the Mishkan, can't be based only on free will, and not only an obligation, but it has to be built on the fact that there are people that have this aspiration to have this deep connection to Hashem, to fulfill His will, to do the right thing at the right time in order to lead the world to turn into a better place, to have Hashra'at Shechina b'Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.